Can you guess the movie theme song? The Godfather. When you've got the Godfathers of U-Stock on your podcast, only this song will do. Randy Francis, Jeff Godby, and David Lewis join us for episode 228. The trio just wrapped up the 9th and largest U-Stock yet, with 1,000 or so people attending and $18,000 raised for charitable purposes. Find out how this event got started and what's planned for year 10 and beyond. Hey, episode 228 of the Lovin' Lebanon podcast starts now.
Welcome to the Lovin' Lebanon podcast, highlighting all the great things happening in Lebanon, Indiana. Have an idea for an episode? Send an email to lovinlebanon@lebanon.in.gov.
Hey everybody, welcome to episode 228 of the Lovin' Lebanon podcast. Joe LePage here, the City of Lebanon Communications and Community Development Director. Chances are if you're hearing this podcast, you have just been and are still kind of coming down off the high that was U-Stock 2025. And I almost wanted to put the music from the movie The Godfather in. We've got the Godfathers of U-Stock here. We've got Jeff Godby, David Lewis, and Randy Francis here. Guys, thanks so much for joining us. I didn't roll out the red carpet or anything like that, but I almost had Marlon Brando here, and I almost kind of started with that whole kind of thing. You probably get that a lot, though, right? The
Godfathers? That's okay. It's just kind of something that came about over time, that it was just kind of a funny thing, and people thought it was funny, and it just stuck.
Yeah, it kind of fit.
And all of a sudden, we were the Godfathers of U-Stock, so that's where it sits.
We don't know whether we gave ourselves that nickname. I hope not, because that's like a guy sin, you know. Yeah. You can't give yourself your own nickname.
Well, I'm pretty sure that Dave did that, by the way.
So we're going to go with somebody gave it
somebody. Yeah. I want to be called the Big Ragoon. You're right. That sounds like guy code. You can't give yourself the nickname. But we were talking before we hit record, guys, and Jeff, you were saying that this may have been the largest or the most well-attended U-Stock in the 9 years this event's been going on.
Yeah, I think it probably was. It started, 9 years ago with 50 people in our backyard and just wanted to have a little backyard party. David's son-in-law was in a band, and we said, let's just have the band out. We'll put them on some farm trailers and just have a good time. And then over time, it's just grown and grown and grown. And I think last year we thought we were around 900. And then this year, it had to be more than that, both by just the pictures and the amount of money that was donated to the charities. So,
and we're going to talk about the charities in a sec. Randy, have you ever think that it was going to get as big as what it has been and continues to grow year after year?
No, in the beginning, Dave came up with the idea to come over to his patio and have some beers and talk about what we want to do and if you want to do something at all. He said, I think we just need to get some live music, have a bunch of people over, have a bunch of friends over, see what happens, and then he said, and the first thing I said was how much it's going to cost us. Right. We seed it every year, and we have from the beginning, and I think the first year we just paid for everything, and maybe even the second year, I don't even recall now, we paid for all of it up front, and in the second year, people gave us a little bit of money, and I can't remember, I think Jeff, was it your dad?
Yeah.
Came up with the idea and said, hey, you guys got to pass the hat and let people help you do this, because, there's 50 people, it's a lot of stuff going on, and then the second year it doubled, basically, I believe, it doubled a couple of times. Next year it doubled, the next year it doubled, and it's up to a pretty big group now. But to answer your question, I didn't think we'd get to 1,000 people. I really didn't. And I looked out there, I didn't think we had room for 250 golf carts or however many is out there, 18 8-person tables and all that. I did not think that space was out there. They cram in there pretty good, and it's a lot. There's a lot going on out there in that little bit of space that we have with all the kids and everybody having fun.
Right. And I don't think it really was our idea to grow it and grow it and grow it. But if you know David Lewis, that's what he does. All right, his bigger is better, and every single year
that's his Godfather superpower.
That's exactly right.
Grow the brand.
Let's do this. Let's do this.
We want to grow it, and then Randy is kind of in the middle, and then Jeff a couple of years ago was like, I think it's getting too big.
I'm a warrior.
I'm a warrior. I think it's too big. It's too many people. Blah blah blah. And I'm like going through how I invite is through my contacts, individual invites.
Yeah, personal touch.
So I think this year was like 570 contacts individually, sending them out, and sent an invite to a good friend of mine, Jared Pollock, and his daughter, Jilly, who's about, 13 or whatever. She's got a cell phone.
Round up the kiddos.
And I sent it to her.
You don't want to text a whole bunch of teens?
So Jilly went to Poe and said, "Hey, Dad, I got an invite to U-Stock." And so she thought she was a big deal. She is a big deal. But anyway.
That's pretty awesome.
Right.
And
We were asking, just real quick, Joe, we were thinking, how many people did we think we knew?
Right.
All right, if there's like 1,000 people, half, maybe more, a little more than half. I don't know.
I think. Well, me personally, it's probably more than that because I every year I sell a raffle ticket, so I'm walking around out there making my laps, and I see a lot of people that I met via U-Stock, and but it's at least, I think it's at least half.
Right.
It's certainly not more than probably 60 or so percent.
Right.
That I think we know that's there.
Yeah,
It comes from everywhere.
Yeah,
They
friends
come
tell
all the time.
friends, and
that word of mouth stuff.
And then all three of us, we're like out in the audience, kissing babies and shaking hands and thanking sponsors and trying to get other sponsors. And so we're trying to work the crowd to make it bigger and better the next year. So.
And why is that? Why is the goal to make it bigger and better? And I think I know what you're going to answer with this, but why continue to grow?
We just started giving back, and we give back every year to the Henry C. Ulen Foundation, which Ulen lets us have it basically on hole number 6. So it's their property and kind of our backyards a little bit. Yeah. But so we feel obligated, like, hey, they're letting us have it on their property. So they get half, and then we choose another charity, and every year it just gets bigger and bigger, and then we're like competitive dudes that want to make, let's do it better the next year and the next year. So that's why we have a drive to do it. We'd be like, we didn't do as good as we did last year. Be kind of pissed off a little bit.
yeah.
I think the point of making it bigger is definitely to make the monetary donation that we give to charities to make it better each year, to make it so we can make a dent in something that they're doing.
And so one, you mentioned that the one is hard and fast, kind of a payback to the foundation. The second one rotates every year, and this year was the Shalom House.
Correct.
What kind of dollar figure are we talking about here? And I know the answer to this.
Yeah, we think we netted $18,000. So $9,000 will go to Ulen and the Ulen Foundation, and the other $9,000 will go to the Shalom House. So yeah.
I mean, you've got to have that sense of pride as this trio of Godfathers to see so many people there and growing the event, but then to be able to know what, not only the Ulen Foundation, what they can do with 9K, but also an organization like the Shalom House, what they can do and maximize that.
Yeah,
money
well, when
as
we
well.
heard they feed the kids, and in the summertime they give them sack lunches for the whole week.
Right.
I mean, it's a legit organization, and we try to do smaller ones locally that we make a difference in, and nothing against the big ones. There's a lot of the cancer things going on now, and I get it, but at the same time, I think we make a bigger splash here locally with those type of organizations.
Yeah, we have a bigger impact with the smaller organizations that are in. We do it pretty much just in Lebanon. I mean, that's where most, 90+% of the people are out there from Lebanon or live in Lebanon. So they impact their local areas with what they donate. So that's why we do it that way.
We've done Shop with a Cop. We've done the Cancer Society here locally called, what was it?
You're Not Alone.
You're Not Alone.
Yeah.
The Boone County Boys and Girls Club.
Yep.
Boone County Mental Health.
Yeah, what was it? Sylvia's Place.
Sylvia's
last year.
Place.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This house. Yeah.
But it was neat. The volunteers from the organizations, they help us.
Okay.
They help us a little bit during setup. They help us that night, selling raffle tickets, selling T-shirts, policing the area. And then, unfortunately, they have to help the next morning, picking
a little
up
bit of cleanup,
picking up a
just
little
tiny
bit,
bit.
a little bit
It's not
of
as bad
trash.
as you might think.
Okay.
I don't think. We're done by what? 8:30, 9 o'clock?
Yeah, a couple hours.
Okay.
You would
Yeah.
never tell it was there.
For the big stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
But it was neat this year on Monday morning. This lady that was a volunteer with the Shalom House, it was I don't recall her name, but she was picking up trash and had the gloves on and picking up all the stuff. And she was talking to one of her other colleagues there. She's like, "Do you know how much food is going to be fed from this donation? This is going to be awesome." And she was really, really touched. And I'm like, man, that's kind of cool.
And really, that's what it's all about. And you mentioned, David, about the personal touch of the text that you guys send out, but you keep that money local as well. It has that real kind of local, small town kind of feel to it, and that whole kind of intimacy thing. I'm guessing that was by design when this whole thing began, as you guys game planned over a couple beers on your back porch.
Yes, I mean, we just it's gotten, this being our 9th one, it's kind of getting to be a well-oiled machine, but it still takes a lot of work.
Swing-oiled machine?
Maybe swing oil, yes, maybe that. But at about 60 days out, we start having a meeting, and what's kind of nice about it, the three of us kind of jokes like, we don't have this huge corporate committee or, you've got 20 people trying to make decisions. It's just the three of us. And we got to mention our wives, Amy Godby and Mel Lewis. And
Godmothers.
The Godmothers, yes. And they
Their
do...
podcast is next week.
They do a lot of behind-the-scenes work. I mean...
They're the artsy, make signs.
Details.
Yeah.
We're typical guys. Like, we want to do stuff, like, impactful, like moving the porta potties, that's manly.
Yeah.
But they you're right, guys. Mel and Amy, they do so much for us. We can't say enough for how much they do help us out. But it's not just sitting there knitting. It's not that at all. They do a lot of stuff in the background. They paint the couch. They make the signs. They remind us, hey, you guys got these 16 things you still got to get done yet.
Right.
I mean,
Right.
they keep us on point and in check. So it's a big help.
Now,
Big help.
Randy, you brought up the couch, and I got to ask
Yes.
because the guy to my left, I've seen him on commercials.
Right.
I've seen the logo.
Oh,
and
I
all-
know couches.
Where does the couch come from, and where did that whole thing kind of start, and what spawned the hey, let's paint it, and you guys auction that off too, don't you?
Yeah.
We did this year.
$500 it brought this year. So,
Okay.
Which is awesome.
How'd the couch
I'm going to segue this a little bit to Jeff because I really don't know exactly how it came out, but I know it came from Jeff because I don't want to put words in your mouth, but I think Jeff donated the first one.
First one, just came across a damaged one or something in the warehouse and brought it out, and the ladies painted it up, and we kind of learned a lesson because it was a reclining sofa and it was heavy, very, very heavy.
Yes.
And then when they painted it, it got heavier.
But you got manly tabs
Yes,
to move it around.
yes.
You can
Oh,
move it.
yes. Very manly. Yeah. But anyway, that's where it started. And then over the years, we've kind of, like last year, I think we just got on Facebook Marketplace
Yes.
and got it and brought it out. And
We
painted
went
it
over
up.
to some couple's house in Westfield, bought it for $35. It was white pleather, fine Corinthian pleather, and
Man, he knows couches.
He's looking for a job. too.
yes, another retirement side hustle. But then our wives started painting daisies and peace and love and music and all this stuff, and somebody bought it for $500, and he's like, "Hey, can I load this in the truck now and take it home?" Sure.
Done.
Yeah, please.
Yes. But it is a little picture photo op that the kids love to sit on and all that stuff. So
Yeah, it's right in the middle of the stage. Faces the music, and kids do dig it. They're out there before the music even starts. Really,
Right.
taking pictures of
Mugging
it and stuff.
mugging
Yeah.
on it.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a good selfie location, a selfie
Yep.
spot, if you will, just to
Yep.
kind of get your picture taken. And it looks so cool. I mean, every year they do a great job decorating it.
Yep.
Folks, we're talking with Jeff and David and Randy here on episode 228 of the Love and Lebanon podcast. We're recapping U-Stock from 2025, looking ahead to year number 10 with the Godfathers of U-Stock. Now, we mentioned the couch and how it kind of organically came to be, and kind of your dad, Jeff, talking about maybe you guys should pass a hat, that type of thing. Some of and the laundry list is on the graphic, everybody. I'm going to put on the YouTube page when you see this episode that you see on iTunes or wherever you get your podcast. But like the number of different things. So it's not just live music. It's not just kind of hanging out. We talked about before we hit record the cornhole tournament. And there's all these different little things that have been added over the years. Were those kind of organic or suggestions that people made? Hey, you should add this. How did this laundry list of things that has kind of encompassed U-Stock, how'd that come to be?
Well, I think we just wanted an event that people could do different things. Like you mentioned, cornhole. And then we have a lot of our sponsors, not just giving money, but people like Clues Brews and the Friendly Tavern in Zionsville and the Ale Emporium and Stookies and Miss Sugar Ray Chocolatier and a lot of people
But
just
food
give gift
truck,
cards.
I mean, that's huge. I mean, with Joel McWaters.
Yeah.
Yep, and David Johnson.
And David Johnson. That's all donated.
Yes.
And it's all free.
So they're 1,200 corn dogs this year. Now that's a party. And 5 or 6 kegs of beer from Clues Brews, and then whatever people bring on their own. But when David Johnson does all that, he's supplying all those hot dogs, all those Italian sausages, the manpower to run it all, the manpower to clean it up. That's
all free.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean,
donated because they want to help the cause.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's pretty cool.
And how does that make you feel that is something that is freely given? Didn't seem like there's a whole lot of arm twisting that goes along with that. That's something that the people want to get involved with. And I know the Schaller family, and they have a special
Can we say that?
We can't. I've got a beep that I'll put with it.
Okay, the Shitters by Schallers is a staple, and they love it, and they want to sponsor it every year, Heather and Matt, and they're like, we love it. So
you mentioned about the sponsors, and you said organic a minute ago as well. The sponsors almost all, if not all, have come organically. This year,
come to us.
Yeah, they come and ask us, hey, we'd like to be a part of this, and they ask us what it takes and what do we need to do to make this happen. This year, Milky Way came to us earlier in the year and said, hey, we really would like to be a part of that. And I said, well, that's not a problem. We can get you signed, get you up there, and you get a table with that, you get a couple of shirts and stuff, and you can come on out. And they've been coming out anyway. And they saw the signs up there, and they thought, we need to be part of this and try to help this out. So they did, and they're very gracious. And we have a lot of sponsors that just come to us and say, hey, is there any way we can do this? How can we help? And
it's almost like not to get church on people or biblical or whatever, but it's cheerful giving. Yeah, it really is. We don't twist anybody's arm.
No.
Yep.
It's what can we do? How can we help? And in the end, $18,000 later that we're giving to charity, it works.
Yeah.
Because we don't charge for a corn dog.
Anything.
It's just a donation box. If you want to give. And as we see the Venmo transactions, they give a little. And they give a lot.
We did learn a couple years ago we had to start taking Venmo.
Yes.
Because we got tired of these kids saying, I don't carry money. I don't carry cash.
Those dang kids.
Those kids.
Those darn kids, yeah.
So we showed them.
But
Scooby-Doo episode.
We've got Venmos for $1, and then we get Venmos for
$500.
Right. So, but it all adds up.
Yeah.
Again, I'm guessing you guys never thought it would be from 50 to now 1,000 people, and let alone it would be going for 9 years and coming up on your 10 years. Is there something special that's planned for double digits for youth stock?
Here,
Why don't you answer that, Randy? Because I'm getting tired.
Something's planned. We do have something planned for year 10. We just don't know what it is yet.
It's going to be big.
It's going to be big. But we do have something planned. We
do?
But we just, again, we don't know what it is. But
tell me.
The way we plan it, we're expecting to spend more money is what it comes out. That's the planning process of the big thing for next year. So we don't know what it is yet, though.
And it is our 10th year next year, and the three of us have said, 10 years, that's a long run, and we think we've given back over $100,000 in 9 years. And that's a pretty good number. I think that was one of our goals, an informal goal. Is like, wouldn't it be nice to get to 100? Because as we saw it, 10,000 one year, and 8 and 13 and 18.
I think the biggest one, right off the bat was like 3,000. Oh my gosh, we raised $3,000.
Yeah,
we were freaking out.
Yeah. And then went like, could we get to 100? And we think we have, but it's a lot of work. It is a lot of work, and we want some help, and we want some a youth movement. Right. Still have the same location.
Yeah.
But just different.
Start teaching some people how to do it.
Mm-hmm. And put some Godfathers in a pledging program.
A pledge program.
Yeah. Yes.
We've all seen Old School. It could happen that way. Yes. Yeah.
Is that a pledge pin?
Well, you mentioned it, though. It is a well-oiled machine. I mean, you guys in years past have had a recurring Dave and Ray, everyone knows, and they put on a great show, music for everybody, music you can dance to, and they're a lot of fun and just easy for folks of all ages. And I mean, you mentioned the sponsors that are organically wanting to serve the joyful giving, that type of thing. So it's not like it's a tremendous lift on paper anyway, but it sounds like it's something that you guys would be willing and wanting to help kind of shepherd a group of folks that want take
Oh,
the
yeah.
baton, the reins?
There's
the
some
whatever?
there's some 30-ish kids out there, my son being one of them, that we might try to
Strong arm.
We might have to
strong arm
force
into
it,
this
yes.
deal. And there are some that have shown some interest in not maybe doing the whole thing, but starting to learn what we do.
Yes.
So yeah.
Now, I got to ask, and this is typically a family-friendly podcast, except for the beep that David's making me use for a past Portalet sponsor. But memorable moments over the years from either the humble beginnings or fairly recently, anything to kind of stick out to you?
Like PG or R rated or what?
Hey,
what do
we
got
can,
here,
we
Joe?
can go. We can go anywhere you want to go.
Here's the fun.
I got a story. Go ahead.
But yeah, you go. But what
go,
I'm thinking
you'll
is, it's been remarkably calm, remarkably storyless, I would say.
Yes.
As far as any incidents or any type of authorities having to be involved, it's very chill.
Yes.
For that many people.
We have a lot of LPD people out there and Boone County Sheriff, which is
Well, they're just
was
friends.
nice. And they're friends.
Yeah.
And they're helping out. They're volunteering and they're there and stuff. But one of the funny stories is that I think it was about year 3. I think one of the friendly city officers came to me and said, "David, I think there's somebody out there maybe taking a nap out on there on 6th Fairway. And do you think you guys can handle that situation, or would you like me to call one of my associates and have him get a free ride to somewhere?"
You're being so PC with this. I love
And
that.
I said, you know what? We'll find out who that is.
we'll handle it.
and we'll handle this. But thank you. And we found some beer jugs in the bunkers. That's kind of fun. But there's some interesting
Yeah,
stuff.
like once you get it at like a microbrew, what do they call those things?
The growlers.
Growlers.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I know them well.
We found a Crown bottle about half full of chocolate Crown this year.
Chocolate Crown.
I didn't know
Yeah,
that
and it
existed.
wasn't even really around.
No, it was. It
Our
fell out of
place,
the cart
huh?
on the way out.
It fell out of the
Oh,
car.
yeah, leaving the course as they were golfing. Sure.
Yeah,
But no, it's been very, very manageable
Yes.
over the years as far as crazy stories.
And you talked about Dave and Ray, and they've been how many years? 6?
6, I think.
6 of the 9?
Yeah.
And then Sean Richards, who's a friend of Jeff's. He's from up north, and he's actually nominated for a couple independent music Grammys at the Little Old Opry.
in Nashville. So he's going in. I think he's told me November 2nd. He's walking the red carpet at the Grand Ole Opry, nominated for some awards down there. So big talent, And they both have told me, Sean and Dave and Ray have said this is the event they look forward to every year.
Yeah, they have fun at it. They
Yeah.
really do.
Yeah.
You can tell.
And-
you can watch them. They have fun.
Yeah, and Mike Ottinger, who's
Pyramid Sound. We know Mike.
He's,
oh,
he's
absolutely.
a
Mike's awesome.
Lebanese guy.
He is.
And, can we say that too?
I don't know if you can say that or not.
I think you can.
I'm Lebanese.
Yeah.
But he does the sound and his crew, and they do a great job. And he lives right here in town, but Dave and Ray really put on a good show.
Yeah, and they-
for everybody.
Yep.
Ages 5 to 95.
Yeah, Dave and Ray like to, they watch us. They see us getting a little imbibed, and they get on the mic and call us up there on stage, and they like
yes.
to pull our strings a little
That's
bit
right.
and make us dance and sing. That's pretty interesting.
So you may need to practice some dance moves. Maybe that's the big
Yes.
thing.
Yeah.
You have a whole dance number for
Right.
your
Is
Is that
tip.
part of the
Maybe-
big plan
right.
next year?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it.
You
that's
stock
that's
line
the plan.
dancing?
Let's commit to it right
Arthur
now.
Murray. Have to go to Arthur Murray for a few months.
Let's get our wives to do that.
Yeah, you guys do that.
Yeah.
I love these nonverbal cues. The way you guys look at each other is priceless. I got to tell you.
I get it. Well, and the cool part is from age 5 to 90.
Yes.
We got people there having fun, and Sean, the opening act, he is primarily country, but some rock. But right at the end of the show, he did Frank Sinatra in New York,
Yeah.
New York.
Yes.
And had
And I
the
bet it
ladies
killed.
up.
Oh,
and they
yeah.
were up there kicking and all this stuff. And then Dave and Ray, like I say, as the night goes on, the kids just love to dance.
Yeah.
But we got a call from the next day you did from an 85-year-old sponsor of ours thanking us again for what a wonderful event it was.
Yes.
And he could have easily gone the other way and say, 11 o'clock's too
Keep it
late.
down. Yeah.
Right. And he loves it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And it's something you said earlier, Jeff, and getting back to all the things we've been joking around about, and the sponsors and all the folks having a great time, and the people napping on 6. You said it earlier though that like it's such a safe environment. I remember the first time we went. It's not one of those events it's an over 21. You got to find a sitter. It's not just for the kids, so the parents are bored stiff. It's something for everybody, and there's just kind of that whole kind of that community vibe. Quite literally, is just really what this event has captured. And so
somebody will keep your kid in check if something happens. It doesn't have to be you.
Yeah. People watch out. Everybody does. Everybody's got their eyes on everything out there. It's good.
Well, those of us with Lebanese descent, I think we all watch out for each other.
Yes.
Right? Yeah,
Yes.
have Lebanese descent.
The friendly city.
Yes.
Yes.
And so, last question, guys: if someone is interested in potentially putting on the pledge pin to become one of the Godfathers or a Godfather hopeful, what's the best course of action here? That
There we
seems
go,
like
317.
we're out there pretty much. They can find us. Just contact one of us.
We've got a Facebook website, got Instagram.
Instagram. That's
those
about
are
all the social.
Those are the two places to go look
Right.
and send a DM right there if they like.
Yep, you can track us down though.
Yeah.
Yep.
See how cool I am with all this.
Man,
DM.
you're
not even a
he
social
had no
guy
notes,
either.
and he just said it right off the top of his head. I love it.
DM. Wow.
Jeff and Dave, you better step it up. Randy's got you.
Maybe we could just bow out and you could take over for the whole thing.
No, that's not the way it's going to happen.
But it is something that all three of us are proud of.
Absolutely.
Randy
Absolutely.
he's got on his license plate, you stock Godfather.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
Awesome. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness, that's awesome.
right.
Yep.
So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, and again, I said it was the last question, but it's actually not. The legacy you guys are having with this. I mean, obviously in your professional careers and different things along those lines, and looking for side hustles and all those. This is definitely a lasting legacy, though, because this U-Stock event, this movement, shows no signs of slowing down. How do you guys feel about kind of leaving this in the hands of capable people and then being able to sit back, relax, and just kind of see money being raised for good causes and people having a good time and being safe in a community that you love?
It would
That's
be.
gotta feel great, right?
It'd be awesome if we could continue it in the same location, but just different leadership and that kind of stuff, and we'd help. But we love seeing the kids out there and playing around, and they'll remember that forever. Because they'll say, "Oh, remember those parties we went to with our parents? Those old people were out there acting like they were dancing and they were drinking. They weren't even watching us. They didn't know what they were doing. And we had to drive the golf cart home for mom and dad."
You mentioned vibe earlier. Yeah, we would love to pass on the U-Stock vibe, make it keep going and going and going. That'd be
That'd
awesome
be fun.
to see that.
20 years from now to say,
Yeah.
man, can you remember that first one we did 30 years ago?
We'd be out there in our walkers and wheelchairs.
That's right. That's right.
Limping around. Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, hey, you've seen 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
They're out there now.
95-year-olds out there doing it. You might
Yep.
be able to do it yourselves.
It's a good time.
Yeah.
Well, guys, thanks for stopping by the podcast, coming in and sitting around this humongous circular table that we have here in the office.
Oh, it's very impressive.
It is.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
It's
Studio-
theater of the mind, Joe. Come on now. It's
Quite the studio. Yeah.
And so I didn't know you were going to have cocktails for us.
Yeah, I mixed it
this is
myself.
unreal.
It's
Can
all
we do one
chocolate
next week?
crown. I found it in a bunker. It's my own
The
hooch.
green room was very impressive. Very impressive.
I'm kicking myself. I didn't roll out the red carpet. Down. But guys, I sincerely appreciate it. And when we first came to Lebanon, they were telling us about this U-Stock event, and we came in and we knew we were home. And so it was one of the first events we went to when we moved here. So
Cool.
and so it's awesome that you guys are doing this.
Well, thanks for having us on here too. We appreciate doing it, getting us out there a little better. It's fun.
So when the Godfathers make it through orientation and initiation and all that, you may have to come back and host your own pod and kind of come back here and we'll have
Show you how it's going.
an official baton passing. All
Sure.
that stuff.
Absolutely.
All right, guys. Thank you again.
Thank you, Joe.
Yep.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for listening to this episode of the Love and Lebanon podcast. More episodes coming your way soon. Take care.